Japan is a country often celebrated as a land of innovation, home to lightning-fast bullet trains, cutting-edge robotics, and groundbreaking technologies that have shaped the modern world. But behind this futuristic facade lies a nation that clings tightly to its traditions, and it's these very traditions that could be holding Japan back. Despite being known for technological advancements, Japan has recently fallen from its position as the world's third-largest economy, overtaken by Germany. In this documentary, we'll uncover why Japan's productivity remains surprisingly low. Japan has long been admired as a technological powerhouse. Known for pioneering innovations like the bullet train and the Walkman, the country revolutionized how the world moves and listens. In the 1970s and 1980s, Japan was the undisputed leader in consumer electronics and engineering, driving global fascination with its cutting-edge gadgets and futuristic vision. Today, Japan continues to push the boundaries of technology, especially in robotics and automation. From humanoid robots assisting in daily life to AI advancements in manufacturing, Japan's innovative spirit remains visible. It's a country where ultramodern skyscrapers stand next to centuries-old temples, embodying the blend of future and past. But while Japan's technological achievements are undeniable, a closer look reveals a deeper, more complex story. A struggle exists between its passion for innovation and its reverence for tradition. Despite leading the world in certain industries, Japan is facing a productivity crisis that threatens its competitive edge. How did a country known for revolutionizing technology find itself in such a paradox? Despite its reputation for cutting-edge technology, Japan remains surprisingly reliant on outdated tools that are slowing its progress. One of the most striking examples is the widespread use of fax machines. While much of the world has embraced email and digital communication, many Japanese offices, including major corporations and government agencies, still rely on fax machines to send important documents. This practice, rooted in the comfort of paper trails and face-to-face verification, adds unnecessary steps that slow down business operations. Another relic of the past that still dominates Japanese life is the Hanko, or personal seal. For centuries, these stamps have been used to authenticate everything from contracts to parcel deliveries. Even today, despite the availability of secure digital signatures, Hanko are still required for countless official transactions. A misalignment of the stamp or a smudge can invalidate a form, forcing the process to start over. Perhaps most surprising is the continued use of floppy disks in some areas of government. While the rest of the world has long abandoned this technology, several government offices in Japan still require documents to be submitted via floppy disk. This reliance on obsolete hardware adds another layer of complexity and delay to processes that should be streamlined by modern technology. The consequences of these outdated practices are clear. Japan's productivity lags far behind other developed nations. Japan's productivity is only 2/3 that of the United States and 3/4 that of Germany. By clinging to old methods, Japan is making itself less competitive on the global stage. This reliance on legacy technologies creates bottlenecks, hampers innovation, and keeps the country from achieving the efficiency needed to thrive in a fast-changing world. Japan's reliance on outdated technologies is just one piece of a larger puzzle. As we move from the technological to the cultural, the deep-rooted traditions in Japan's work culture reveal why these inefficiencies persist. The country's approach to work is heavily process-oriented, where adherence to routine and conformity often outweighs flexibility and innovation. This, in turn, has created a work environment that is labor-intensive, yet strikingly low in productivity. A visit to a Japanese Starbucks can easily illustrate this inefficiency. Where in the US, 2 employees might be handling orders, payments, and coffee preparation, in Japan, you'll find 5 or more workers doing the same tasks. While this reflects Japan's preference for meticulousness and customer service, it also highlights an overly labor-dependent structure. The result is more people doing what fewer workers could achieve elsewhere, showcasing how Japan's work culture values effort and precision over efficiency. Another significant aspect of this culture is the long hours many employees endure. Despite the long workdays, Japan's overall productivity remains stagnant. For over 30 years, wages have barely increased, despite the country's reputation for a diligent workforce. The reason behind this paradox lies in Japan's rigid corporate structure, where employees often spend their entire careers at one company. This loyalty fosters an environment of security but stifles creativity, innovation, and ultimately, productivity. Workers hesitate to take risks or challenge traditional methods for fear of disrupting the harmony or breaking with cultural norms. In Japan's elite government ministries and large corporations, this approach to work is most visible. Conformity and hierarchy are paramount, often leading to slow decision-making processes. Younger employees, while more open to modern practices and flexible hours, often find themselves adhering to established norms for the sake of maintaining the group dynamic. This reluctance to change, even when new solutions are available, creates bottlenecks that inhibit progress. Beyond the rigid structure, Japan's culture of perfectionism can further exacerbate inefficiency. As economist Jesper Kahl points out, even small details, such as the placement of a Hanko stamp on a document, can lead to redoing entire processes. This pedantic attention to form over content creates delays and hinders progress, making innovation slow to take root in many organizations. Despite these cultural challenges, there is a growing movement to adapt. Some companies are beginning to introduce more flexible working hours. Younger generations are challenging the long-standing norms that have kept the country locked in outdated practices and inefficient workflows. This new generation is more willing to embrace change, and their influence is slowly making its mark on both the workplace and society. Japan's digital minister, a symbol of this new wave of progress, has been at the forefront of promoting modernization. His push to eliminate obsolete technologies like floppy disks and reduce the use of Hanko stamps in official documents is part of a broader effort to streamline government and corporate processes. By prioritizing digital alternatives, the digital minister is helping to reshape the outdated structures that have long burdened the Japanese economy. This generational shift goes beyond just adopting new technology. Younger workers are more inclined to prioritize work-life balance and reject the grueling hours that older generations once considered the norm. They are also more willing to take risks, challenge hierarchical structures, and pursue innovation, all of which are essential for Japan's future economic growth. However, Japan's older generations, deeply rooted in tradition, still hold significant influence in many organizations, creating a friction between old and new. The younger generation may be more tech-savvy and open to change, but breaking through the rigid cultural barriers will take time. The ongoing tension between Japan's traditional mindset and the younger generation's desire for progress is creating an important inflection point. As the country grapples with its need to modernize, this generational shift offers a glimmer of hope that Japan can evolve while maintaining its unique identity, ultimately fostering a more efficient and innovative future. Japan stands at a crossroads, where tradition and progress are in constant tension. The country's deep-rooted cultural heritage is one of its greatest strengths, but when it comes to modernizing its economy and workplace, it can also be a significant obstacle. As we've seen with Japan's reliance on fax machines, Hanko stamps, and even floppy disks, the nation's adherence to tradition has, in many ways, held it back from embracing the digital age as quickly as its global competitors. The struggle between tradition and progress is most evident in Japan's approach to technology. While Japan has led the world in areas like robotics and electronics, it has paradoxically lagged in adopting more widespread digital solutions in everyday life and business. This is not just about the tools Japan uses, but about the cultural mindset that prioritizes process, precision, and formality over speed, efficiency, and flexibility. As Jesper Kahl explains, Japan's pedantic focus on the smallest details often slows innovation, making it difficult for the country to fully embrace digital alternatives. Japan's commitment to precision and its process-oriented culture have given it a unique charm, one that draws admiration from around the world. Yet, as the global economy shifts toward a more digital and fast-paced future, Japan must find a balance between retaining its cultural identity and adapting to new realities. The younger generation is pushing for this change, challenging the old ways and advocating for a more flexible, digital-first approach. But tradition still runs deep, creating a delicate balancing act. For Japan to thrive in the future, it will need to find ways to modernize while preserving the elements of its culture that make it unique. Can Japan find harmony between its past and future? Only time will tell. As Japan navigates the complex relationship between its rich traditions and the demands of a modern, fast-paced world, it faces a pivotal moment. The country's history of technological innovation and cultural preservation is admirable, but to continue thriving on the global stage, Japan must adapt. Its younger generation is already leading the charge, pushing for digital transformation and a new way of working, but change doesn't come easily in a society so deeply rooted in custom. The challenges are clear: outdated technologies, rigid work cultures, and a resistance to risk. Yet, Japan's strengths, its meticulous attention to detail, its unique cultural identity, and its spirit of innovation, also provide hope. The nation has always found ways to reinvent itself, and the path forward will require balancing the best of its past with the needs of its future. Japan's journey is a reminder of the delicate dance between holding on to what defines us and embracing what can drive us forward. The road ahead will be challenging, but it's also filled with opportunity. As the world watches, Japan's ability to innovate while honoring its heritage will shape not only its economy but also its identity for generations to come. The question now is, how far will they go to strike that perfect balance?